Hello, darlings. Lily here. So right now, I guess this video is kind of, it's a weekly thing I want to do where I sort of talk over the process of my drawing process about, maybe what I'm drawing or things that are going on, things like that. So right now, this drawing is my friend Niecy's OC, Lexi. She's a cute little tanuki girl. I know she looks a bit like a squirrel right now, but when you get it colored in, it will look like a tanuki. But yeah, I think I've mentioned before the reason why I do this sort of outline and then fill in process is because the paint bucket tool doesn't work the way I would like it to, and neither does the lasso tool. Like I try and magic lasso, and instead it will feather out way too much. And I've tried correcting the settings, but it just doesn't work. So yeah, Dee's a fan of Digimon. That's why she has the Digimon Digivolution symbol on her shirt. She's also a fan of Kamen Rider. Maybe I should do something with that. So the things that have been going on in my life lately, I'm not sure if you're interested, but I have a new job. I now work as customer service store operations associate in a flower shop instead of working at the grocery store, and it is a lot more enjoyable. I don't have to deal with that terrible manager, although I still kind of have to deal with her peripherally because my brother still works at the grocery store and she is still awful over there. But she's not my direct manager, and I no longer have to pretend to be nice to her. So I'm good with that. She's not a good manager, and apparently she's been flipping out lately because of some new district manager who is, I don't know, apparently maybe able to see through her BS, maybe. But yeah, the problem is like if she has anxiety about things, she will take it out on the managers. Like, why aren't you doing this, and that? It's like, because I'm doing the other things that need to be done. It's like, no, you needed to be doing this thing. And it's so stupid. She's either like never there or she's micromanaging you all the time. There's no in between. My poor brother has to deal with it because so he has to do the manager work, but he does not have the manager title, the manager pay, or the manager position. So it's extra stupid. And I no longer have to deal with her. I like the current manager I have now. I like my coworkers now, though I am like the baby there. There's maybe only one driver who's younger than me. But everybody in my department is way older than me. And one of the things I do is I sort of unpackage and process the flowers for the week. And I found a lizard. He was crawling around in our store. Probably snuck in. Apparently, it's a gold dust day gecko. So he's a daytime species rather than nocturnal like a lot of lizards are. And apparently his species will feed on nectar of flowers, especially like birds of paradise, which is one of the flowers we have for special orders. And so he must have gotten into one of those boxes and ended up in the US. We think he came from Hawaii because that's where our flowers come from, so it's a completely different environment. I would have loved to have taken him home myself, but I do not have the space for the type of terrarium he needs. He needs a lot of space, a lot of climbing room. So I ended up giving him to someone who has experience with geckos and has enough space for him. And from what I've heard, he has been enjoying himself. He's been exploring and climbing and all that stuff, so that's good. Since I can't, it's not like I can release him outside. That would be a bad idea for many reasons. Right now I'm doing the shading around, sort of like where the light is supposed to not hit at all. We're supposed to only minimally. I keep forgetting to record when I'm sketching, which I think is the part people really like to see, is the sketch. They want to see the whole process from the beginning of the sketch to the end product. I keep forgetting to record when I'm sketching, so I end up recording when I'm doing the line art, or in this case I'm only recording maybe partway through the coloring process. About that gecko, so the Gold Dust Day gecko is the mascot for Geico. The Geico gecko is a Gold Dust Day gecko. Sadly, this little guy did not try and save me money on my insurance, which I could really use because I want to get a new car. Oh well. But he was very cute. I think that's the stuff that has happened this week. Maybe there's more I'm not thinking about. Oh, so, I don't know why, but for some reason, I've been thinking about Pink's Stupid Girls song and music video, and how it compares to a lot of, the things that have come out today, and also just our modern understanding of feminism, and the way we used to the way we used to treat women in the early 2000s was so nasty. And it was so mean-spirited. And it's kind of strange because I can still sing that, remember all the lyrics to that song for the most part, and I just sort of think back to it and how awful it is. This sort of how we would just, if women didn't sort of how do I describe it? So there's this sort of weird dichotomy about women being trudged up like meat a lot back then. Part of the reason why Britney Spears had her breakdown is just she could not be left alone by the media, by the paparazzi, by her team, by anybody, and how it culminated in such a terrible thing to happen to her, and we were all on board with it, just jumping on the pile, and the poor woman ended up losing control of her life for years, and it was awful. And honestly, I feel very, I know she's not as loved as Britney, but I feel very similarly about Paris Hilton, where she was she was 19 when that adult videotape came out, and today, if we were to do that with a 19-year-old, be like, yo, what the heck's wrong with everybody? But back then it was oh, it's her fault for even filming it in the first place, when it got leaked without her permission. or her say-so. So she had to flip it in a way that, I don't know, she could control. Which ended up being that, like, sort of... I mean, she plays the dumb bimbo very well, but I think she's a lot smarter than she lets on. I feel like she has very good business sense at the very least. But yeah, and I mean the Pink Stupid Girls just sort of plays right into it about how these types of girls deserve our derision and our mockery because they're promoting this type of femininity that, well, they weren't actually promoting this type of femininity, but they were being told that they're promoting this type of femininity that, you know, discourages girls from doing reading and sports and all that, and it's so much more complicated than that as we understand now. Women walking this, like, terrible line between being just gawked at and then being blamed for being gawked at. Like, if you were more like, say, a Natalie Portman instead of a Britney Spears, maybe this wouldn't be a problem, but why does she need to be Natalie Portman? And I love Natalie Portman, but Britney should be able to be herself without having to lose the entirety of her entire control of her estate and life and work and all those awful things. I don't know, it's just like I kind of want to ask Paris well, maybe I want to ask Paris how she feels about that video, but I also want to ask Pink how she feels about that song nowadays, because it's aged like milk, and I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she feels kind of, she feels very complicated about it. Something that was supposed to be more empowering to young girls, and honestly, it demonizes other girls. You know, that I'm not like other girls thing. Oh, so this piece I'm working on right now is an emoji for my Discord channel, which I will link to in this, in the, you know, doobly-doo. Who came up with doobly-doo? So yeah, it's just, you know, generic happy face emoji. I wanted to make some of my own emojis, because they're fun, and they're cute. And I make for a cute little jackalope. I don't know what had me settle on jackalope as sort of a... you know, I'm gonna go with it. Persona. I don't know how I settled on jackalope. I think it's because, like, I mean, I've kind of depicted myself as a bunny a lot, but also I really love cryptids. I've always adored the jackalope as a child. So, I mean, like, hey, it's a bunny cryptid. Let's go with that. And I really like it. I like the little antlers, I like the ears, it's just so cute. Let's see. Any other things to discuss? I've been rewatching Kitchen Nightmares a lot lately. Paris Hilton, Kitchen Nightmares were really on the reality TV kick. I love that show so much for some reason. I mean, it's definitely a ridiculous, over-the-top show. And it certainly does not teach you how to run a restaurant. But I mean, it's just, I don't know, entertaining garbage. It's definitely entertaining garbage. It used its formula very well. Although I definitely prefer the British version over the American version. The American version is just like, I don't know what it is they think we want in America when it comes to reality TV. We want things more extreme. We want more screaming. We want more extreme things. We want yelling and, oh my god, someone found a pigeon in the restaurant. Ah, yes, I need to make a crying emoji. Hopefully, I'm not sure how this came out, how much I like it. I think it came out okay, though. Since it's emoji, it's going to be very small. I feel like I have too much detail in my emojis. Especially for something that's going to be, like, super tiny in the Discord. And I might need to figure out how to make them less detailed. Which is funny because, for me, this is pretty much less detailed. Especially this art style I've been playing with. It's not as detailed, and yet it's got a huge, giant eyes going on. See it with the Tanuki girl that I was drawing earlier. Gotta get those antlers. And I also noticed that I forgot to draw the glasses in. I always forget glasses. I don't know why. Well, no, I do know why. It's just like kind of like I focus so much on the other face details that the glasses disappear from my brain. Well, I don't know, maybe I took off my glasses to cry in this emoji. What do you think? I think the glasses would have gone in the way anyway. So this part is where I sort of thicken up the lines in certain areas. I tend to keep the hair pretty thin, the lines in the hair pretty thin. But I'll thicken up the lines around, like, say, the face. And also, I do this where I make, thicken up the outline for the entire thing. It's a thing they do with cartoons and comics. It makes them stand out compared to, say, the background or something. And then I gotta color in her ears. Her sad, droopy ears. So sad. But yeah, if you want to see more of this emoji, come to my Discord. I really don't have a lot of people on my Discord, and we're all very quiet. If someone who's, like, interested in chatting could come onto my Discord, that would be great. Please. I'm the only one who posts anything. I want people to talk to, maybe? Maybe? Please? I mean, that's kind of why we have the Discord, so we can chat with people. Oh, and I've also relaunched my Patreon. That's another thing I've done. So, my Patreon is going to be linked again in the doobly-doo, below. And if you maybe want to support me, that'd be great. $1, you get access to my sketches and my sketchbook, which sometimes has not YouTube-friendly content, if you know what I mean. And if you give me $10, you get a sticker and a handwritten card. You will regret the handwritten card part, though. I'm not good at writing. That's why I draw a lot. And if you give me $30, I'll draw something for you. Gotta get those big old eyebrows. I have giant eyebrows in real life and giant eyebrows in this. Well, I like to think that's giant. I don't know. Maybe someone's like, those are baby eyebrows. But whatever. Gotta get all the wibbly wobbly watery highlights in the sad crying eyes. And then the tears. And then... So I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good week. Bye.